Hi, I am going to demonstrate the PAM prevention lab. Um, uh, what you'll need for this, and I'm going to do it more or less as it is in the instructions. These instructions are in Moodle, but not in your book. So look at the Moodle document. What I'm actually going to do is jump ahead and show you some things on the Ubuntu desktop. You'll need two VMs, your Ubuntu desktop and your Ubuntu server. And at least for the beginning of this, they do need to be hooked up to the cloud. So if they're in a LAN segment, flip them over so they can get out, because you need to install some software. And as you can see with my Ubuntu desktop, it's got some updates for me. So let's look at those. Let's see what it wants to update. It's going to, okay, the base image, the grub bootloader. I'm not going to do this yet. I'm going to do what's in the instructions. I'm going to use the software package manager to go find and install PuTTY, because this stuff could take a while, and I don't want to spend this time. Now, this is a good idea for later. And if you have any kinds of issues with this thing, bringing it up to speed would not be a bad idea. But as you can see here, and actually let me make this much bigger for you. Okay, this is better. So it is going to update some kernel driver firmware. It's going to update grub, and let's see, various system utilities. Okay, device mounting, partitioning, utilities from the 4.4 BSD Lite project. The bottom line is that this is some fairly low-level system stuff that actually could make this thing sit and think for a while. And I would rather get on with the demonstration. So this sort of thing can wait maybe until the end of the day. This is the sort of thing that in the real world, if you have a whole bunch of systems that want to do a major system update, say for example, you've got a whole bunch of systems running, well, let's say Ubuntu, and you've got kind of them on a rolling release process. If it's going to do something like this is something that you want to do off hours. Say, have your help desk analysts or your field techs spend a couple of hours, extra hours in the evening at work, bringing everything up to speed, even if you have to let them come in at 10 o'clock in the morning the next day. It is better to do this kind of thing, and this is also true for the Windows side of things. When Windows updates itself, it has a lot to do. It can take a lot of time to update itself. It might reboot a few times. And if you've got users who should be doing other things, like, I don't know, accounts payable, accounts receivable, filling orders, placing orders, writing code, doing important research, etc., they're not getting anything done if their system is sitting and spinning saying Windows is updating, please wait, and it has to reboot 5 times and it takes 30 or 45 minutes. That's a complete waste of time for everyone who's not a technician. And even for the technicians, if you sit the technician down and you make him wait to wet that one system while it does nothing for 45 minutes, that's a waste of his time too. So if you have to do this kind of thing, make sure you can have a lot of it at once. This goes back to the point I've made in the past about waiting productively. If you have to wait on one process, you might as well kick off 3 or 4 processes that will all make you wait, so you can wait a mere fraction of the total potential time for waiting. So I'm going to click remind me later, because I don't want to do this right now. So let's look at the software package manager. So this is this shopping bag with the A in it. And I am going to search. I'm not going to play Minecraft. And let's see, or Quake, or Zoom, or, well, I have Chromium, I think. Anywho, so what I want is PuTTY. I'm doing this because while you can use, okay, cut the PuTTY SSH Client. While you can use SSH at the terminal, and it works just fine, for what we want to do here, sometimes PuTTY is better. One of the things I like about PuTTY, and I'll click install. One of the things I like about PuTTY, okay, and I have to provide my password. Remember, this is a package management thing. Everything you want to do when relating to package management, updating, installing, removing, all of it, you have to have admin privileges, and you want it that way. The thing I like about PuTTY is it doesn't just do SSH. It does SSH and Telnet and RLogin and RAW, and it is a console emulator. I've had, okay, so there. So let's see where it goes. Let's go to activity. Oh, okay. Oh, here we go. The simple, of course, you could click the launch button, but guess what down here? Remember the app grid in GNOME? Here it is, right here. So I'm going to click this, and boom. And here we go, PuTTY, SSH Client. Now, the next thing I need to do, let's make sure that I've got a server to talk to on the other end. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to go to my, okay, wakey. Let's make sure that there is an SSH server to talk to first. It would be kind of pointless to go looking for an SSH server if there's not one there. And notice that this thing has also done some apt upgrading and cleaning statistics. Okay, it's installed some stuff. It can be updated. It wants a reboot. I'm not doing that yet because, like I said, with the other system, I don't have the time. This is something I can do at the end of the day when I'm good and ready to be done with everything, and I'm going to let the systems maintain themselves for a while. So let's do nmap. So IP address show, of course, and I see I'm 31.131. Let's do nmap. And now, no, what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to do nmap localhost because that might show me something I don't want to see from the perspective of the other system. Say, for example, if I had CUPS installed on this thing, I would see it on nmap localhost, but not if I did nmap 192.168. Okay, and my numlock wasn't on. nmap 192.168.31.131. Let's see if there's an SSH server there. And if there's not, I have to solve that problem first. I think there is, but let's make sure. Yes, it's there. The other thing is, so I can see it locally. Let's see if I can see it remotely. So nmap 192.168, and of course, we'll see. Okay. So I guess I'd have to do that. Sudo apt get okay. Okay, it's getting nmap. Yeah, that's fine. Hold on. Okay, and we're back. So let me try that nmap thing again. So I'm going to nmap, and I can see that SSH port. And just for giggles and grins, I'm going to try the version nmap. Use sudo just to make sure I can get this through. And of course, there, I see it is the Ubuntu OpenSSH 7.6p1 Ubuntu. Now, if I had done this, say, on a different system, I don't know, one of my Debian servers, I might have gotten a different version because there might be differences between the OpenSSH server package that the Ubuntu project picks for Bionic Beaver and the one that the Debian project picked for, I think it's Stretch, the 9.11. Anyway, now that I've got both of these, let me try this. So I can do 192.168.31.131. 131. And of course it's SSH. this framework, um, this if you've used PuTTY in Windows, it looks more or less like this. As I've said, you could flip this over to Serial. You could make this a terminal emulator if you had to say talk to a Cisco router or switch. I've done a lot of that. So let's open this and see what happens. What we're going to do after we do this, okay, good. So the first thing, what you'll do when you make a connection to an SSH server is exchange the fingerprint, accept the fingerprint, and let me make this a lot bigger because this is itty bitty, isn't it? Okay, okay, oh, okay. Oh, hold on. Actually, I'm gonna make. Okay, there I'm in. Okay, so it's tiny, I know, but I just logged in. What we're going to do now, now that I've confirmed that it worked, we're going to make sure that it can't work. Because while SSH is extremely useful, particularly for, say, a headless server like this, particularly if, say, you want to have all the benefits of console access and also all the benefits of a GUI. The thing about consoles is that you're fixed. This has probably got a 40 by, actually no, this looks a little bit more like than 40 by 80. But there's a fixed width. And once it scrolls off the top of the screen, it's gone. This is also true with your Metasploitable Framework VM if you're running it. Once it's gone, it's gone. The only way to recall, say, the output of a given command is to run that command again and then pipe it into either to redirect it into a file or to pipe it into less and keep it on the console until you're good and done with it. So we typically deploy servers in a headless fashion because particularly for a lot of servers which are providing remote resources, web, FTP, really database applications, all that kind of stuff, the GUI will consume resources that they don't really need. Think about a rack mount server like the ones we have in room 220. Yeah, there's technically a VGA port on that thing, and yeah, you can plug a keyboard and a monitor into it. And sometimes in a rack mount situation, you've got a whole bunch of rack mounted servers, and one of those 1U spaces actually has a fold out console on it. It's basically a dumb terminal designed to tie into whichever server you want to talk to at the moment. You could also do this remotely. Save yourself the effort, save yourself even the attack surface of your desktop environment. Because of course, all software has bugs. And buggy software contributes to an attack surface. So now that I've established why I would want to do this, what if you don't want to give that to literally everybody? Say you have a specific group of admins, and you only want them to be able to get in. What you can do, and what I'm about to demonstrate in the next video, because I'm about to run out of time, is how to make that possible by changing your PAM configuration. So let's talk about that next. Thanks for watching, and I'll be right back.